Good morning, everybody. I toast to you and all you do. I hope you're having a fantastic day, or morning, or evening, or wherever you are when you're watching this video. I hope you have something fun planned for this weekend and that you're going to get out and enjoy the autumn and be in nature. It's always fun. So, today is day 6 of our introspective journey, and we are going to talk about enabling. So, today's question is, do I enable others or do they enable me? This is one of those questions where you really have to be honest with yourself and think about what exactly is it that enabling means. So obviously, the first thing that comes to mind is drugs and alcohol and this self-destructive behavior. And it's really easy to stand by and participate or be with someone, be friends with someone, and allow that behavior to continue. And it's a really hard place to be if you want to help someone. And so when it comes to drugs and alcohol and those kind of bad places, the best thing that you can do is be honest with this person and try to get them some help and be honest with yourself. So when we talk about enabling others, it's not your responsibility to stop enabling them and then help them do a better job. What you can do is stop enabling them and be there to support them when they're ready to make that change. You cannot force a change on a person, no matter how much you love them or no matter how much you want them to be happy and in a better place. You can't force that change, but you can stop enabling them. You can say, hey, I'm not going to go to the liquor store for you. I'm not going to be there for you when you're high or need money for drugs. But again, it doesn't have to be that extreme. It doesn't have to be drugs and alcohol. You can enable a person to be antisocial or someone to be overly social and not take care of themselves. You can enable someone to there's lots of different self-destructive behavior that we kind of just stand by and let people do because, that's just, it's just how they are or whatever. And if you love someone and you care about them and you want to be in a productive relationship with them, you have to be able to be honest and say, hey, I can't enable you in this behavior, or I recognize that I have been here while you're doing that, and, we need to communicate and find a better way to be. Now, it's not always about enabling another person. This is one of those questions where you really have to be honest with yourself, and you have to think about your own self-destructive behaviors or non-positive behaviors or, ways that you're not helping yourself, and then see if the people around you are helping you stay in that pattern. It's really easy to stay in a pattern. We do the same thing every day. We get up, we do it over and over and over again. And that's one of the easiest ways to be an enabler, is just to be stuck in that pattern of this is okay, this is normal, this is what we're doing every day. And it doesn't have to be. Another way that sometimes when we think that we're helping someone, we're not necessarily helping them. So if someone is super unhappy at work and, we're like, it's okay, you just got to go to work, you just got to go to work, you just got to go to work, we're enabling them to continue that behavior that they don't like. And maybe it's time to make that change and say, hey, you know what, you really don't like this job. Maybe it's time for you to find a new job. Maybe you need a change. And that's the kind of help that they need. So it doesn't have to be something extreme like drugs and alcohol. It can be any kind of behavior that is not productive to your overall well-being. And staying in that pattern. And what pattern do you want to get out of? So when you think about this for yourself, maybe you don't have a lot of self-confidence, and the people around you enable that because they don't encourage you to go out and try new things, or they just kind of let you sit and dwell in that space, and not out of maliciousness or like bad intent. It's just how it is. And maybe you need to see that you need the change so that you can encourage the people around you to make the change, or vice versa. Maybe if you encourage the change in someone else, they'll recognize, hey, I am in this self-destructive behavior and I need to make that change. But again, this comes back down to honesty and being honest with yourself and honest with your friends and your family and the people around you, and having this having that conversation in a place of safety and love and acceptance and understanding, so that everybody can be on the same page and say, hey, okay, we recognize that in our household we have this negative behavior, we have this self-destructive habit, and we need to change that. Even if it comes down to something as simple as, I enable my husband because I don't make him pick up his socks. Which teaches the kids not to pick up their socks. And so we're enabling this behavior because I keep picking up everybody's socks. So it doesn't have to be something extreme. It can be the little things. And those little changes can make a big difference. If everybody picked up their socks, I'd probably have an extra 10 minutes every day. So it's those little things. And it doesn't necessarily... Enabling doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It's just one of those things, like we get comfortable and we get used to it and it becomes normal, and then it just turns into that. And so as we get comfortable in our relationships or in our places, this enabling becomes much easier, because you're used to it. You know, my parents have been married for a really long time, and my mom would not feed herself if my dad was not there. Like, everybody knows this. She just forgets to eat, and so he makes sure that she eats. And so he is enabling her because she doesn't have to think about it, and he just feeds her. He brings her food when she's at work. He does those things to make sure that she's taken care of. And that's a good thing. I'm not saying it's not... But it's just like being aware of that could help her take more initiative to feed herself and, like, you know, be like, hey, I can do this. I am capable. So it doesn't have to be something extreme like drugs or alcohol or some horrible behavior. It can be just the simple things. And really, this question is about being aware and knowing that that's a possibility. And there are places that can happen, and just being honest and open and communicating with your spouse and partner at the same time, with your partner or with your family or wherever you may be, and then think about what you're going to do to change that behavior. Because once you've established, okay, they enable me to do this, and now I want to change this behavior, so everybody has to communicate. I'm going to stop doing this, and you're going to stop enabling me, and we're going to make a change, because this is a relationship. So again, you have to communicate, and you have to talk about it, and you have to be open and honest with yourself and the people around you. So, my challenge for you today is to think about that. Think about what behavior you have that other people are enabling you to continue. Even if, like I said, it's something simple, like picking up the socks or, eating or anything. Or maybe it is something big, and maybe you do have a drug or alcohol problem, and it is time to really think about that and to step back and say, hey, this is becoming a problem, and the people around me are supporting me in my problem. And we need to make a change. And so start to recognize those things. Start to see what changes you need to make and what habits you need to get out of, and how the people around you can help you, and how you can help the people around you do the same thing, so that everybody can be happy and healthy and productive and feel successful. So, with that challenge today, toast to you. I hope you have a fantastic day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and come on back tomorrow. We'll have a new question every day. So again, today's question is, am I enabling the people around me, or are they enabling me? And really think about that and ponder that. So, many blessings to you. I hope you have a fantastic day.